Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about the launch of Pi Network today, the launch of the price as well. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, so this one's at the request of BLA. We're doing this for you. Let's pretend we know nothing about this. In fact, let's pretend this is a stock and not a crypto. I have a point, okay? Just run with it, okay? If this was a stock, we had a huge gap up like this, and I saw the all-time lows come in months before, right? Notably before, about a half a year before. And you had all this volume down here at the low. And then they announce over here, if this was a stock, what would happen is a company acquired this stock. They announce that they acquired it here, but when they announce that they acquired it, that doesn't mean that's when they acquired it, right? They didn't buy it here. They bought it beforehand. Why would they tell you when they bought? They're going to tell you after they bought, right? And this is likely where they would have bought. If it was a stock, if it was a company being acquired by another company, this is exactly what company acquisition would look like. I mean, I've seen it enough times. Anybody who's traded or has any kind of references in the stock market at all, you know what I'm talking about, right? And it would be, I think nobody would ask at all, like if this was Facebook acquiring some random small company that wasn't worth much, right? I don't think anybody would wonder where they bought it, right? I don't think there'd be any questions as to where this was acquired, right? But and it might have been obvious, and this is where sometimes these huge spikes in volume at the lows, they can be indicative of some really good things to come later, right? And it didn't, you exacted it a little bit at first, but the real glory came months later, right? So all I'm trying to say is, I don't know what's happened with this coin, but I'm going to assume, like a stock that has been acquired by another company, I'm going to assume that now is different than anything else in this thing's history. So unfortunately, my friends, how I would treat this coin is that it's not the same coin as it was before. Now I say that, let's see if you respect any of these fibs. Let's go from a high to a low here maybe. Probably all the way down to this low. All-time high to all-time low. Sure, you topped off coincidentally right above your 1618. That's not normal of the behavior, but with crazy moves like this, I mean, I suppose it could happen. Relative high to low here. I mean, look at that. You went right up to the money zone, right up to the 2886, tipped it right there. That's not actually the high. That would be the high, so you just missed it. But still, I mean, that looks better. But again, is it coincidence? I don't know. My thoughts would be, again, just the same way that I would think of this with the stock, is that this whole existence was a different company, therefore a different stock, right? This is a different company. It's not a company. It's a crypto. I'm aware. I know, and I'm aware of the story of Pi. I don't know if all of you are aware of the story of Pi, and I'm not the most knowledgeable in everything that is Pi, but to my knowledge, this is the only coin in crypto existence besides like Bitcoin that actually had a fair launch by all definitions, right? Because this was a coin that you had to, somebody had to have told you about it to invest in, right? There was no marketing campaign or anything like that. It was all word of mouth, at least at first. And then last cycle it got on some exchanges, so that helped as well. But it was mainly this word of mouth thing, and that's how it started, right? And that was really cool about the projects, but unfortunately it didn't really allow it to take off too much, right? And I mean, last cycle it saw some growth, right, from a low to a high. I mean, that's a 35x. That's nothing bad. But you know, word of mouth token, that there were a lot of coins that did hundreds of x's last cycle, not word of mouth coin, right? Now, word of mouth coin, Pi, got bought by somebody with a lot of money probably, and now word of mouth coin will be marketed. Now word of mouth coin, Pi, it will be, it's something different, right? It's not the same, meaning that this is no longer a fair launch coin. Sure, all this time, if you held or if you bought throughout all this time, then it was a fair launch for you, and you are able to reap the rewards now that it's been acquired by somebody else. And I don't know everything that is Pi, but if we look at Pi, sorry guys, got a cough there. If we look at this thing, right, it's what was I going to do with this? What was I going to do with this? Oh yeah, it says self-reported, right? If we click here, official Pi right here, market cap is $5.53 billion. That's what it is, right? So you've got a coin that literally just was worth, I don't know, less than $100 million, that made its way all the way up to billions of dollars today, right? At the height, it saw an over $10 billion market cap. It's down a lot right now, and it's probably going to go lower, right? It probably will go lower. I want you guys to understand that it's never easy to sell. I get it, especially whenever things are just blasting off and they don't stop. It's never easy to sell. You feel like you can't go wrong if you just hold on to it. But if there was a more obvious time to sell, it would be now. This is, I mean, you have a 400x in a 1 day period. You're already down from a high to a low. You're already down like 70%. That wasn't the actual high. Let's see. 71%. You're already down that much, okay? You dropped quite a bit. I would expect some volatility. Absolutely, I would. I mean, before you progress lower, maybe you pull back up to $1.30. Maybe you pull back up to $2. Maybe you go higher in this high. I don't know. Perhaps you just dump the bed. You've got a lot of market cap to retrace, and I don't think just because you went from a sub $100 million market cap to a market cap that's over 10 billion. I don't think that just because you saw a multi-thousand X, which you did in the course of just a few days, right? Not even a few days, hours, right? 1, 2, 3 hours. This is on an hourly time frame. In the course of 3 hours, you saw a 1,005, almost a 1,600X. I don't know about you guys. Call me crazy. 1,600X in 1, 2, 3 hours. I don't think it's done at 71% of a drop. I think you'll probably see this thing either do a full 90% drop or more, or at least see something that is certainly lower than where it is now. That's my expectation. Fib analysis, technical analysis will not help us here. It really won't help us here. So now we just have to use our like judgment, right? And unfortunately, this, treat it like a new chart. This is all we have. So we look at the 15-minute time frame here. all we know about. Sorry guys. All we know about it is it's rejecting the 50. It was overbought. You basically hit a 100 level. I mean, you probably did hit the 100 there for a solid bit of time. You're going to need some time to recover. I don't think I've ever seen anything hit the 100 that's like a legitimate project. To be completely fair, you do have higher lows coming in here, but did those higher lows start? Yeah, they started before. So I don't expect you to find support here. I don't think that has any relevance, and I think you're going down. I think you're going down at the very least over the next hour, over the coming hours probably, but I completely doubt that it's just going to be a straight line. I'm sure you will return back to prices above $1 before going too much lower. I bet you would. If not to $1, at least prices that are back at like probably $1.11. At least there. Something back. Oh, you might have done that already, actually, to be completely fair. I was about to say something that interacts with this area, but you found resistance right at previous areas of support, and then you sold off pretty hard. Volume's picking up. I take it back. You're not going up. You're just going down. Not financial advice, not your financial advisor. Make your own financial decisions, but that is a lot of volume there at the low, right? A lot of volume there at the low, to be fair. So that's probably a good thing. If this next low comes in and there's less volume, that's a good thing too, right? If that next low comes in and there's even less volume, that's a really good thing because then there's less interest in seeing this thing go into the downside, right? You had somebody acquire a lot up here, which means that it likely will go back to this price. And whenever you have a bounce from down here that's at about 60 cents and you bounce probably up to $1, that might be enough oomph to get you to come back up here. Will you see new all-time highs? I don't know. This thing I'm sorry, guys. The symptoms are the worst in the morning. Just for this cold that I have right now. I think I have the flu, but I'm handling it rather well, as it might not seem, but I think I am handling it rather well. The market cap for it to go back up here, we're talking about something that was at less than $100 million, returning to a market cap that's above $10 billion. I mean, you're at 5.5 billion now. We don't know if you deserve this at all. So I would remain completely cautious of this thing. No offense to the Pi Network people, but I wouldn't want to buy any of it until I knew more of what's going on. And even then, with this huge acquisition, with this huge move, I would probably wait. The only thing that's going to convince me to buy is not the price dipping, but time. Wait like a week. Wait 2 weeks. Wait a month. See what this thing does, and then whenever it's found its low, whatever, in that amount of time, because I'm sure it's going to consolidate for a while. It's probably not just going to keep running, right? This just so you know is a one-off. It's never happening again, right? So don't expect that. If you're getting into this coin here, understand you're buying something that is up hundreds of X's from where it was hours ago, okay? That's not good risk management. There's plenty of other projects that will not do this. I promise you. This is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity thing that none of us caught, unless you did. And if you did catch this, I'm speaking to you right now. Not financial advice, not financial advisor, but you should really consider taking some profits. Because again, just because it's down 70% here, here's the deal, right? From a high to where you are now, that is a 71% drop. From this low, you could go still another 70% down, right? You could drop another 70% if you wanted to, and you're not even retracing the full extent of this move, right? Even if you don't drop 70%, I could certainly see you dropping to 50 cents or lower, and that's still another 38%, right? Don't think that just because you've dropped 70%, you can't drop more, right? That 50-cent price, where that was about a 40% drop from the current price, that just makes it from a 71 to an 82%. That just adds 10%. But as the negative percentages get bigger, it takes more price to move it, right? 1% from the top to here, like look at how small that is. From the high to this high, that's 22% right there. But whenever you get to 90%, just to get down 1%, look at how much you have to come down. I have to come down, or 2%. Still have to come down quite a ways. That was the same amount as like 30% here. All I'm trying to say is, likely you don't retrace this whole bit, but you can go a lot lower. You could go all the way down to 20 cents. You could go all the way down to 10 cents. You're at 85 cents now. Why would you buy this thing? Wait and see how it goes. It's okay. And in fact, if it comes down and you're still waiting and then it rips without you, just accept it as a thing that has already taken off without you. Celebrate for the people that are on it. Wish that you were on it, but don't chase. Definitely don't chase. This is not the kind of coin to chase. In fact, everything in my soul and in my bones, even if I'm wrong, tells me to tell you guys, stay the hell away from it. Just don't get into it. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of marketing going on. I'm assuming that the people who bought this thing back whenever it was at its lows, all the way back, way back, all the way back here, I'm assuming that they're going to probably market the hell out of this thing and make it seem like it's the best thing since sliced bread. Stay away from it until we have some time, right? Until the market cap regulates. I think it'll go back down to about a $1 billion market cap personally, or at the very least, something that results in a 90% drop overall. I think I'm repeating myself at this point, so I'm going to end the video there. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Genuinely, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing went below 30 cents. Okay, take it easy. Bye-bye.